Hello and welcome back to Withering Away, Echoes of Myth. I'm Russell. You're not usually here. Anyway, I was a bit busy. I thought, you know, redoing the roads wouldn't be enough, and I got bored. That's one of the things. Do you like it? I did that. Yeah, that's a light pole. So I put a bit of light poles and I decorated a little bit. Yeah, I got really busy. I hope Lulova doesn't mind, but there's people out. Yeah, look. I had a lot of fun. There's a lot of people out. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. But I think what I did was more than enough, honestly. Who are you? You don't have any. Yeah, Laurel. Yeah, who's this? Whoa, look at the bushes. She looks awestruck. Are you okay? Do you know her? You can look at the bushes too, Laurel. It's okay. I'm glad she likes my bushes. And I worked on putting more farms because I thought like one was not enough for this village, and Lulova said that the village was having a rough time with crops and everything, so we can live off these for weeks. New plots. Connor, look at the veggies that I've already grown. Who's Connor? Well, I don't think he's here, girl. Yeah, but I'm glad she likes it. I did a lot of work. I also worked on like a little area. Also an excuse to put some sugarcane, so I can get some paper. But because this village does not have a library. I don't think anybody has noticed that, but they don't have a library. They do have 2 churches. I suppose one of them is not a church, but Betty and Bobby. Don't stare at them, Bobby. Come back inside. Mommy said not to talk to you. But well, okay. That's a bit rude. I did all this work and they still hate me. But yeah, I saw the hole in the ground that was here, and I thought it'd be good to put a lake. So, people can come over and relax and chill out. I also put some fairy lights. I think they noticed the fairy lights. No way these are real, authentic fairy lights. Couldn't be, are they? They start to bicker back and forth about the authenticity of the lights. I sometimes can't talk, guys. But yeah, I had like a lot of fun. I decided not to mess with the area over here because I thought, another person noticed my these lamps. We won't get attacked by those creatures anymore. Yeah, I thought it'd be you need like, yeah, you okay? She's crying a lot. But yeah, look what I did over here. I think that's the fisher's hut, so I assume, yeah, a creeper blew up over here. I'm gonna replace that because I felt really bad, but I'm gonna work on the path a bit more. But somebody's here. Okay, hello. The old man stares at you in disbelief at your hard work. You can't deny that the terraforming in the water gained for that project was backbreaking for you. You almost couldn't finish it. Just thinking about it made your head spin and sweat trickling down your face. The dread of doing something like that again hits you like a freight train. He stutters out. He turns around towards you. He jolted up, almost stepping back into the pond itself at the side of you. Yo, just chill. You move, trying to grab him, but you decided against it as he gets his footing back. He holds his hands together in front of him, holding it up to his chest. You did this? He asked carefully. Yeah, I did. Why? You jolted up at the question. You never really thought about it. Yeah, doing all that work after how the guards treated me was... I did not think that far ahead, honestly. You honestly just got bored and just did it out of curiosity and what your mind could possibly come up with. True. There was no kindness or malice put into what you were doing. You were just bored of sitting around and waiting for Lilibet and Felix to make up their mind about you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am under custody. Yeah, I need to ask Lilibet about that. I'm not talking to Felix right now. He's a bit rude. I think he needs to chill off a bit. You look away and try to think of a possible response you'd give. You knew saying you were just bored would not do. You opened your mouth to speak, but nothing came out. You couldn't figure out a good possible reason, let alone a lie. Either way, you did me a good service. The old man gives you a wary smile. He nods as he looks back at the pond in his little shack. Oh, my darling Ellie could see. Oh, if my darling Ellie could see. Oh! I did not realize how much this would mean to me. He whispers, his hand shaking against his chest. Oh, God. Allie's just taking a break, right? Right? After our lord was taken, I just stopped taking care of the place, he explains as he looks down at the fist. I used to be able to catch the biggest fish you can imagine down by the lake north of here. He chuckles solemnly as he continues. After the lord was gone, the elderly folk and the children weren't allowed to go past the tree lines where my go-to spot was. I can't read, guys. He says as he looks back at you fully, turning his full body towards you as he continues his tale. I had to resort to using my own pond, breeding my own fish. The fish were too small. Nobody outside this village wanted any fish. I could catch. I just lost my motivation. But you restored my passion. He glanced back at you. With a bigger area, I know I can breed bigger fish, better fish. I don't need to go back to that pond to make my profit. He walks up closer to you. Well, more like shambles. He gently cups your hands in his, then you realize. Oh my God, he's crying. Are you crying? Please stop. I can't deal with people crying. Oh God. Once our Lord returns, I'll be sure to make my wife proud. He gently whispers, "Thank you, little one." I'm not that little, but that's beside the point. His shoulders shake as he hiccups. And you have found yourself in a position where you cannot escape from. You aren't really that good with emotions, let alone comforting people, were you? I can't really give a solid answer on that one. You blink as the old man sobs as he squeezes your hands. You can only assume how long it took before he could compose himself. You felt a tiny bit bad that you couldn't comfort him in some way. Thank you once again. Your kindness will not be forgotten. He spoke with a shudder in his voice as he removed his hands from yours. If you need anything at all, please come to me, Mr. Winters. Okay, hey, Mr. Winters. You gave a polite smile as you removed yourself from the conversation. You could feel that he needed some time alone. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly walk away. I am so sorry for your wife. You're really nice. Okay. Oh yeah, I made a well too. It's not a very good well, but you know, it's something. Yeah, I put like one more, so now we have like 2 farming areas, because I thought because that was the only one here in this village. Also, I found out the name. We just don't tell. We don't tell Lulova or Felix, because I don't think they know I know, but this Wavestone, Ravenfall is the village name, so yeah, I know the name. I'm surprised they didn't tell me, but I am kind of not really a local here, but oh, Lulova! Okay, hi. This is the one time you wish you could see Lullaby's face. She stares into the distance of a newly decorated village, a sense of pride swelling up in your chest as you wait for her reaction. What is all this? She whispers. I've only been out on patrol for a few hours. You couldn't have done this in that amount of time. She turns her head to you, and you You could see her eyes from her visor soften. The shock turned into gratefulness. Well, you could assume gratefulness. What a helpful little thing you are, she murmurs under her breath. You didn't need to do all this. Before you could open your mouth to speak, she tilts her head and lifts her armored hand and places it on your head. Oh, okay. You must be a blessing from the gods. Look at all the people. So happy. Her voice starts to waver. You almost worried that she'd start bawling right there. You'd rather not see that. It was a thank you for letting me take your bed and, taking the village's crops. I mean, I did place my bed, so I didn't really take your bed, but I felt really bad because somebody else was in your bed, so I am. Lolova let out a boisterous laugh, one that could rival a bear's roar from your guessing. It made your sensitive ears twitch downwards. Well, any animosity from the villagers must have had towards you must be well and void after this. She lays hand on her chest, letting go of your head. Taking a deep breath in to hold herself. Oh, Lord. I can't wait to see the look on Felix's face, she mused. You could see her cheeky grin. You could only see her cheeky grin in your head. Well, if he's staying angry at me after I told... Yeah, exactly. If he was still angry at me after I did all this work, I don't know what I could do. Is he still angry at me? If he is, I'll make sure to deal with him. She shrugs. Lullaby shrugs. She turned back towards the flower she was once looking at before you walked up to her, bending down and looking at it as she sniffs at it. These flowers are divine. Where did you get them? Yeah, the forest. I got bored. I mean, it could be magic, but in the forest, I got bored. Lullaby tilts her head to the side as she looks back at you. She hums her response. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You are a wood elf, after all. She corrects her posture and turns back to you with the straightness of a knight. She kicks one of her legs out and clicks it to the back of her armor. A gesture of thanks. You can only guess. Thank you. She pauses. A silent moment before you realize she doesn't know your name. Oh, who? That's not my name. Well, I don't know what that is. Minty, she repeats, testing the name on her tongue. She looks up and down at you again, moving her head as she did so. Suppose you do look like one. You tilt your own head at that. The plant, she explains further, chuckling a little bit. Only Faye would come up with a name such as that. What's that supposed to be? Lullaby? Lullaby. You can't tell if you should be offended by the comparison or the comment she made after. You result in puffing out your cheeks and giving a stern glare. Yeah, this what is with these guys? Anyways, as much as what you did here was truly a blessing for this village, her voice takes on a hardness that you can only assume the conversation to come would be a serious one. You're still a magic user. It doesn't help that you're an elf. You bristle at that. You didn't think she would bring that up, given how much she was on your side before. Was she oh so cross with you? Just because you're elven? I don't know. Everybody's so mean. I didn't do anything. I didn't take him. Like, if you're questioning that, you said you believed me last time, but here we are. Here we go again. I believe you, Lilliver shears. This act of kindness reassures that, unless you have ulterior motives, trying to gain our trust and take someone else. Okay, no, number one. You could feel your blood boiling. The utter audacity of the suggestion made your heart want to explode out of your chest. You had the right mind to cuss her out. Your fists balling up, your ears standing straight up as far as they can go. You can feel yourself baring your teeth in your mouth to the point where you felt like they were going to crack like old weather brick. Oh, well, I'm pissed. Okay, my bad. I don't sound pissed, but apparently my character is. But she continued, I did not believe that. You had me in the first half, but you gotta get to the point straight away. The people, however, are a different story. Not to mention Felix. I don't care about Felix. She puts her weight on her right foot as she puts her hand on her hip. Lifting up her left, she kicks it behind. Ah! The people, however, are a different story, not to mention Felix. She puts her weight on her right foot as she puts her hand on her hip. Lifting up her left, she kicked it behind her. Okay. Just because you did this doesn't mean they will automatically be safe around you. Magic is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous weapon to be born with, let alone be educated in the study of. This village was torn apart by magic, and its children. We were abandoned by our kingdom, the castle, the king, all because of magic, she explains further, her gaze boring into yours. We have no lord, no connections, and we're on the edge of becoming coinless on top of that. Pretty roads, scenery, and a couple of fairy lights aren't going to fix that, let alone the bias that people carry in their hearts. Oh, okay, well, fair. And I know you have nowhere to go. If it was up to me, then I would take you in permanently. Her voice softens as she cuts you off. Yeah, well, fair. She placed a hand on your shoulder as she continues. But this is the people's village now. There's no lord in charge, and even if Felix and I have some sway, we aren't in a position to govern the situation that you are in. It all lies in the magic that you possess and what you are. The tightness in your hands release as your hand. The tightness in your hand releases. Your hands falling apart as you look away. The only one option that you can think of for the past conversations you had, a permit, a piece of simple paper that states you can use magic, that you won't harm anyone. Even the thought of that happening made your heart hurt and your hands start to clench back into fist again. I can only hold you in custody for so long, given that you're able to walk around doing whatever. She gives a nervous laugh as she looks back at the people wandering around. You look back with her. Yeah, let me stare. You notice a couple of them staring at you with a glare that you could only assume is hatred, maybe suspicion, that you were talking with a guard in such a familiar way. You suppose it's fair? You are new here, and yet you were getting so buddy-buddy with the guard. They're starting to get suspicious. Oh my god. Oh, what? And then what should I do? I'm not going to say that. That's rude. Trust is a big thing here. Liliva perks up, her voice going back to that chipper lit that you always found comforting. Especially people that hold weight here. Lift up her chest, she pokes herself in the middle of her chest with her thumb. You already have me, and I know a few people that hold great standing. You can almost feel her boisterous personality coming from her armor, like a wave of sunshine. Although, she deflated. You already knew what she was going to say. I mean, he deserves it, honestly. Felix, yes, she chuckles before looking back at the flower, her hand glazing over the petals as she mumbles. He must come off as unreasonable to you, and a huge prick. She pauses before looking back up at you. Well, he's both of those things, but he always wants to make sure his people are safe. Having a good rapport with the people will surely sway him. Enough, I take it. She gently whispered something about the flower that even your ears cannot catch. Huh. Well, she really likes those flowers. She lifts herself up and looks back at the sun. As much as this conversation is great and all, I do have to go and check on the village. She looks back down at you, imagining that she's smiling with her helmet on, almost brings you comfort. All the anger simmering out of you like a steam. I'll be sure to write a list of people for you. At least the people you can see and do some chores for. She purrs, leaning in a bit closer as she whispers into your ear. You can keep staying at my house. As you can see. She looks over. You look over and see her eyes through her visor. She continues. I usually house a couple of strays. Yeah. Bye, Liliva. It's morning. But yeah, that was a nice conversation. Thank you, Liliva. It was nice. Oh, are you having a good conversation with him? Yeah, he likes my fairy lights. Are you okay? L'Oreal, are you okay? Oh dear. She's devastated. I don't know what happened. But, I'm thinking I should take Lolaba's like offer to like get a list of things I need to do, because it's clear that the villagers liked my decorating skills. They seem to like it a lot. As long as I can like try and like make them happy at least, I feel like they would let me stay. Because I clearly don't have anywhere else to go. Also, I have like a bunch of stuff, so maybe I can build some more things for them. Like I have like a bunch of stuff. So I feel like if they just give me a chance, I'm sure I can get something for them. I'm sure I can do something for them to make them feel more comfortable with me. But yeah, I feel. Oh yeah. Also, I found a fig tree, and I got a bunch of figs. I don't think that's a really important update, but you know, it's important for me. I'm gonna take a nap. I feel like that entire conversation just drained me. But Russell, are you a new housing person that Lullaby took in? Yeah, but well, we're roommates, so I'm gonna sleep in. Can you watch? Just to make sure everything's okay for me, Russell. Yeah, thank you, Russell. Okay, all right. Well, I will have to think about this later. I'm sure next time we'll have a list of things to do. I'll probably do a couple of those things if they're building related, since I don't want to make the video too long like last time. But it was a pleasure seeing you all again. Thank you for joining me. I am super, super tired.